couple. Alright, everyone. Grab yourselves a blankie. Grab yourself a pillow. Want to get cozy. Fine. Completely not lucky. Today we're just editing some of a chapter. Good shit, and then on to the night. Fine to me. Hi Zelda. Makes more sense. Audio. Why is my mic? Sussy little baka. That's crazy, Clay. Well, I never. I couldn't be. Physically impossible for me to do. Let me use my eye drops real quick. That's what I was. Well, I guess we're just gonna raw dog this. expiration. I got time. June 26th. We're chilling. I see you over there with your dry ass lips. Don't start licking them now. One eye. Damn, they're thirsty little eyeballs. Crazy. Oh. That can stab with. There we go. Much better. Oh shit, how funny would this be if this was dirty and hot sauce on it? Oh. Okay. Oh shit. Alright, last time we left off, we knocked out chapter 7. Go me. Or the rest of chapter 7? Chapter 7. I don't know. Does it matter? Hey, where'd my little sidebar go? The fuck? There it is. So we started with chapter 7 and finished it. Oh yeah, we're not doing that with chapter 8. Yeah, no, don't hold me to the same standard of the other day. That'd be unwise. 5k words. Yeah, right. Man, this whole shit needs a rewrite. Okay. You can do this, Lucky. You can do it. Can do it. When I lower the background music just an inch. How about that? That's about 3 decibels worth of lowering. 3 dBs. 3 dBs and a can of beans. In 24. Oh, let me see something actually. Might make my life easier in the future. I'm trying to do this shit. Trying to set the volume manually to half. Bear with me. If I did that, is that okay? Right around there. God damn. Let's see, that puts me at roughly negative 10-ish. It's the music at negative 35. It's about 25 decibel difference. Should be okay. A little too loud. Lower it a bit. Check this out. Put it to negative 40. There you go. Okay. We'll keep the music around negative 40. My voice sits around negative 13-ish. Fine. Okay. Aurelia's jewel. Rays of light pierced through gaps in the sky's armor, bracing the inhabitants of Aegis with warmth. You pretentious prick. Why'd you write it like this? I know why you did. I understand. But why'd you do that? Important for later. I understand. Rays of light piercing through gaps, eyes armor, bracing the Aegis with warmth. Not its warmth, I mean some fun. It was an uncharacteristically cold day in the port city. Denizens were heavier clothes. The denizens bundled themselves. Denizens bundled. So man, it's gonna be one of those sessions. Okay. Then an uncharacteristically cold day in the port city. Wyverns hid in their huts. The denizens outside the fire. Good job, Lucky. You're better at this than you thought. Proud of you. Wyverns hid in their huts. Wyverns hid in their huts and denizens bundled themselves. Season 9. My brain is sloshing. They say a foul wind blows from beyond the sea glass. I would keep having these cold days. Ogden complained to Carol. Grabbed an early morning coffee. Fine. Yeah, fine. Carol leaned over the counter to help Rogden with his paper. Maybe the case shutter, but our open air and free shores will keep our souls warm. Take care of yourself, Mom. What the fuck was the saying though? I can't remember. A calamity guide you back to. There was a fucking I don't know why. This is like the third time I've forgotten what it was, and I don't think I found it. What am I trying to find? I had this like saying that adventurers in the guild or adventurers would say, and it was kind of like a fucking may the force be with you and also with you, may your blade stay sharp and your shield strong, like that kind of thing, right? But it was like I could have sworn it was centered around mana or calamity, and it was like plot relevant to, I don't remember if I took it out. Like I'm gonna bump into it eventually. I'm just like, bruh. Just write a new one. Like the end of the world, but it's really frustrating because the one I had was really good. I can't remember if I put it in the draft or if I put it in fucking if I put it in the draft, the skeleton, or I just didn't put anything. I know this one's here, but I don't think this was a placeholder I used. May calamity guide you back to it. That was a placeholder. Master Ogden. Eight. May your gate stay maybe elongated, mitigate, focused on her gate, navigate, the fucking space later. Gates finished up, gate, the gate before, investigate, can you still feel your gate? Aegis. I mean, Aegis, I don't think. Oh, maybe I used Aeon. That would make more sense. Would be a negative. Break this peak promise, Aeon. Alright. I need to change that. I really do be out here doing this to myself. Probably something I thought of and never wrote down and then never went back. This is like typical. Always the random bullshit. It's whatever. Fine. I'll worry about it later. I could just come up with a new one, but I don't. I'll have to see if I can reach into my memory banks and pull it out my ass. Problem is, if I go too far past this, it's going to require me to come back to this part and put a comment here. Find your weird guild. Wait, it's two. Wait, was it? True. Okay, at least I'll remember to come back to this. Okay. Our open air and free shores will keep our souls warm. Take care of yourself, hon. Brogdon laughed and turned to leave after thanking the cafe. On his way out, he noticed a group of 4 up-and-coming adventurers planning their day. Good to see the youngins working their hardest. Youngins. Rick. Grinning ear to ear, he took off, heading out towards his own. West. Give me your milk. I checked him. Give me your milk. Oh, Tiger protested while pulling a bottle of milk. Paris slid their cup across the table and napped hastily down the juice. Seriously, Furball? Complained. Tiger shrugged. If you slow down a bit, you wouldn't choke. Alright, you two, Holly said, silencing the bickering party members. Focus up and go over the details of this quest. Said something about shipments being attacked before we left the hospital, right? They leaned back in their chair. Sat down with their Go on. Apparently a handful of transport and shipping vessels been attacked while from the floral region. Crews usually have onboard guards and their adventurers to protect. Not asked. Oh, they put in a request with the guard guild. About it this way. Jamie approached the table. Drawstring sack hung over his shoulder. The company's lost a lot of money, hiring third-party individuals to investigate them. Bleeding is worth it to know. Especially when they're hiring full scale. I didn't find the phrase I was looking for. You thought it would happen during the Claude Cheesy segment, but guess not. Yeah, that would have made sense considering Hainme. Well, trying to climb. Back in though, you didn't have to do that. Stomach bleeding is more than worth it to win, especially when providing the Fool's Carol. Jamie, Polly's expression turns sour. Coming with us again? Huh? Oh no. Oh, ground. Uh-oh. Plans with the pretty lady that's waiting outside for me. Just swung by to drop these off. Let me drop the sack next to Taiga. Use them wisely. Thanks. Taiga. Walk away. Hey, wait. Taiga opened the bag and saw a pair of boots and an onyx ring. Giving me the stuff. The hunch it'll be worth it. Krma waved and left the Fool's Carol, leaving Team Decima to Disney. Krma waved and left the Fool's Carol, leaving their business. A box. One. Ep flicked a grain of rice at Tara's forehead. The baggy blockhead. Boots and kind of ring? Oh, no. I said gleefully. Began reading through it aloud. The contents of this chest are destined for whomever may find it. Scepter for the wise, a pair of boots for the brave, a ring for the witty, a bangle for the strong-willed, a looking glass for the curious. My time has run short. Items have served me well in my travels. Congratulations to whomever could see through the illusion. For your spoils, they are a gift. The back of the note, details about the artifacts were written up. Chapter. What was once whole will now be round, responsibly. Reversing its effects requires lots of water. Pathfinder boots. The Koromons posting satellite mon tomorrow. Let's fucking go. Took a minute, but we got there. Pathfinder boots. Welcoming terrain will be tamed. Balance will be and weight relieved. Ring of unburden. Prying eyes inside your mind, beware. You will find elsewhere you cannot find here. Magics and shove it. Corruption, control, extraction. Nay, consider it empty and impenetrable. Gilgamesh's bangle. Measurable pain. Terrifying memory. The otherworldly strength. Shall you wear this device of torture for the might it get, or you save it for a rainy day? It isn't a matter of if its temptations will win you over. It's a matter of when. Hi, Glue Eater. Got enough time to commission 2 chibis of the design in the time span? Yeah, that's clinical if you think about it. Tourmaline's Spyglass. From the comfort of my home, I've visited many locales, some near, some far, some even from beyond our world. Use responsibly, as those within the free dimensions will be cursed to a life of darkness. They employed the spyglass. Responsibly, as first intention. Albie. What's my favorite Pokemon? Articuno. Archomp's pretty fucking lit though. As those with nefarious intentions shall be cursed to a life of darkness. By haphazardly. Sounds like whoever had all these items was an interesting fella. Holly giggled. Yeah, sucks though. Taiga whined. Snapped angrily, stuffed their face. Why? You're getting free breakers. Be grateful. What's the problem? I didn't find them myself. Taiga sighed. I feel like these were earned. Another sigh, Taiga reluctantly slid the boot on. Perfect fit. But she carefully slid the dark ring onto her shield. For a moment, it was a little loose, but quickly adjusted its size to fit her finger. You love my model? Thank you. My model's pretty cozy. Pretty happy. Wanted to make sure this was on the right thing. I got too carried away. I feel like... Okay, so far so good. For a moment, it was a little loose, but then it quickly adjusted its size to finger. Right. Oh, like I said, breaking the moment of silence. We just have to figure out what's attacking the ships, deal with it before coming home. The gist, Holly smiled. We'll be boarding Aurelia's jewel, heading through where the attacks have happened. Should there be no action, we will rest in the floral region for a day before heading back. So the whole trip should take about 3 days then, Tara noted. Yeah, that's right. Holly gave Tara a thumbs up. Leave in 4 hours, so finish getting around and do whatever you have to do. Before we take off. We'll meet by the dock. We'll meet by dock 3 at 10:20 sharp. Group excitedly finished their meals and full of hours later, Holly approached the docks and cast their gaze out of ever-expanding line. Balls of wyvern overhead blended into the minutiae of dock hands clamoring, merchants advertising, and adventurers bargaining. Town really is something. Area of it's so different. The people are always so lively. Holly grinned and adjusted their fat pack before pressing it. It took long before she could spot the faces of her companions. His eyes widened. I didn't expect you all to get here before me. Something this exciting, how could we just sit around? Vegas tailed down. I'm only here early because I couldn't get her to shut up, Mep groaned. Tara laughed. Yeah, she kept yapping about wanting to see the ship. Fine, Mep said. Questions about the Aurelia's jewel. Like we would somehow know. Okay. You alright? Holly smiled weekend. We have about 15 extra minutes. Why don't we get ourselves sorted? Holly motioned for the group to follow her as she walked over. She flashed her phone over the workers' terminal and it gave a reassuring beep. On my board, but Skinny Dockhand eyed them carefully. I would consider turning back. Holly shrugged. Not a quest, but I appreciate your concern. I hope the creds are worth the peril, he said darkly. I've heard tales of gargantuan sea creatures, mighty enough to fell a cruiser in a jaws wide enough to swallow a small battalion of soldiers, though they were nothing more than a snack. Sounds lovely, Holly said dryly. Either way, I've got a hammer for bonking, from the sounds of it. Oh my god, I've got a hammer for bonking, and from the sounds of it, a rather large beast in need of a good bonk. Sounds of it. The man simply shook his head, but allowed them to pass without another word. Holly turned her attention to the ship and gasped. The butte. Aurelia's jewel towered over Tube Decima. The ship's currently in the port. White and gold exterior off a presence of the air. It is said that the ship was part of a 13-ship fleet that traveled the world under the command of the Great Conqueror. The party boarded the ship and asked their way around to the captain's quarters. I gotta mute, I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, I just feel like I need to. That's fine. Up on the 13th floor, they found an embroidered door made from gold and chromium. Holly's palms began to sweat. She raised her hand to grab the door knocker. Waited near it. He hesitated for a moment before knocking 3 times. The group waited for what felt like an hour, a whole hour, After about a minute, a scratchy grumble came. I'm gonna mute, hold on. Group waited for what felt like a whole hour, but after about a minute, Richard. Okay, so the group waited for what felt like a whole hour. I still feel like a comma goes here because of the natural pause. Group waited for what felt like a whole hour. After about a minute, probably gonna. Can I help you lot? I turned to see a man standing no more than 4 feet tall. His golden metallic peg leg bore the weight of his right side. Fine. Fancy circular sunglasses rested on the bridge of his thick nose. Fancy circular sunglasses rested on the bridge of his thick nose. Their orange gleam bring his eyes from their vine. Various nautical tattoos and scars were exposed from underneath his blue unbuttoned shirt. By his unbuttoned shirt. Goes by Bug. Various nautical tattoos and scars were exposed by his unbuttoned shirt, and his chaotic outfit was complemented by his unruly black wild beard. Unkept. For all his apparent lack of decorum, he wore a carefully polished emblem of gold proudly on his belt that laid over his thigh. It appeared to feature twin baskets wrapping around and like crust. Great. Fine. I didn't even get behind us. Its hair is on the back of them. Ollie spoke up. Here to meet the captain. We are adventurers sent from the Fool's Carol. So, I'm the one you seek. Bring proper documentation. Man eyed the foreign type. Here it is, sir. Ollie produced a scroll about me. Captain grabbed the scroll. To look over its contents. Right. Covered. Oh. My name is Captain Dullahan. I appreciate your fine guild for providing my beautiful ship with capable. I'll appreciate your fine guild for providing ship for capable adventurers. I fear they may be underestimating the dangers. Bowed her head slightly. I understand your concern, but allow me to put your mind at ease. Zelda, I mean no offense. class. The only thing that would put my mind at the heart of Aegis itself. Imaging. Ollie's jaw tightened for a moment. Relax her face with. But she quickly corrected. While we may not be Jamie, we are a group of varied and talented individuals. Some of us can handle terrible threats alone. Together, we can overcome even more. In fact, we recently braved Mimic Forest, bested a dire pack led by an established alpha. Not to mention, we fought and won against mimics of ourselves and Jamie. Olahan raised his brow and his eyes twinkled. Oh. Huh? It wouldn't hurt to keep you around though. Worst case, you're good for a story and a drink before we all die. I appreciate your vote of confidence, Captain. Ollie said dryly. Hi. I would suggest we enter my quarters. Discuss the details of our request over drinks. Say ye. I don't do drinking on. I don't think drinking on the job is the best call for us to make. Kara scratched her head. Wait. Kara looked around frantically, searching for Taiga. It's fine. Could use a drink. Go find our resident troublemakers and I'll wrap things up here. Fine, I could use it. We'll go find our resident troublemakers and I'll wrap things up here. Ollie messaged the decimal group chat with the information for their quarters. I'm not back in a few hours, just assume I'm busy and done without me. Ollie waved Tara off as she followed Ollie quarters. Bye. So I'm on babysitting duty. Great. The remote began her search for Captain Tarako. A couple of hours had come and gone since Holly entered the quarters. Vera found herself lost on the 25th floor, searching aimlessly for her party member. Scratching. Nose deep. Ability. Hurts. Ways away. You're under the boat. Gear and belongings were laid out far away. They appeared to have found themselves in an open air. Various training gear, these clearly meant for sparring. No one else around, the two circled each other like two animals in a cage. All I'm saying is you can't just go grabbing stuff that doesn't belong. Speaking of which, when you said that you didn't steal anything, that's because you got stopped. I knew I put that shit in there. I knew I wasn't tripping. I remember now, Tasso. I did do it. What I'm saying is you can't go around grabbing stuff that doesn't belong to you. I kept yelled over the sea. I got powdered. I wasn't gonna keep it. I wanted to look. Again, that doesn't matter. Why are you always on my tail about everything? I thought we were past whatever this is. Snapped furrowed the brow. I'm not on your tail. Careless and put us all at risk. See how inspecting a vase with runes from my hometown would put us at. I shook her head. Still haven't apologized for calling me dead weight. What up, Code? Welcome in. You keep it? Kept it. You said you didn't, but you did. Fucking liar. Tiger shook her head. You still haven't apologized for calling me dead weight. We called you dead weight because ever since we went to the mimic forest, your head has gotten too big for your body to carry. Napped yelled. What? Want a little be happy we made it out of all that? That miserable all the time. You can't just enjoy a victory? Tiger clenched their fist. Take that back. Napped walked towards Tiger. Oh, apologize for calling me dead weight first. Tiger matched Nep's stride and approached in kind. Two stormed towards each other, and without another word, another word. Once in striking distance. Would be better. Once within striking distance. Napped went to headbutt Taiga. Appreciate the alert, Cod. To her surprise, Taiga pulled her entire body back, then flung her forehead straight into Nap. Crack. The skulls collided, and the sound of the impact cut through the gusting. Nap quickly threw an uppercut aimed straight for Taiga's jaw. Taiga was able to aptly dodge it as she tried to sweep her legs. Nap jumped back, creating some distance, but Taiga quickly appeared in front of her. I knew you jump back. You're always moving away from your opponents. Taiga smirked as she threw a shot towards Nep's liver. And you always push through yours. Nep's grin sent a shiver through Taiga's tail. Before she could move, Nep had grabbed Taiga's punching arm and put her into a flying armbar. Taiga felt a small twinge in her elbow. Her body moved on its own, causing... What? Taiga felt a small twinge in her elbow, and her body moved on its own, causing Taiga to spin quickly while toward the back. Don't need the hands. Yes. Her body moved on its own, causing Taiga to spin quickly while throwing herself towards the back. Nep released her hold and performed a variety of acrobatics to get away while dampening the momentum of Taiga's counter. Taiga quickly got back to her feet and took a deep breath. Gonna dance around all day, or are we gonna fight? Taiga's voice seemed off and less whimsical than usual. Had a hint of malice dripping from the syllable. Not stupid, Taiga. Just because I'm better than you doesn't mean that I'm gonna win if we go blow for blow. Nep shrugged. How about you put those legs of yours to use and get your ass over here? Provoked, Taiga dropped onto all fours and blasted towards Nep. Nep couldn't fully react by the time Taiga reached her, flung downwards in an attempt to strike Taiga. Taiga had already jumped right. Doesn't need to be a comma. Why was I so comma happy for this section? Pouncing on Napt, Taiga was able to get into a full mount position before raining down blows. The left, Napt dodged. The right, Napt barely blocked. Another left grazed Napt's cheek, instantly bruised. Follow-up right landed above Nep's head to Taiga's surprise. Coming to her senses, she realized that Nept had lifted her up with her hips, pushing Taiga into the air. Before Taiga could adjust her position, Nept swiftly dropped their hips and... Fuck me, dude. Krma 5. Before Taiga could adjust her position, Nept dropped their hips and threw a straight directly into Taiga's jaw, using the force of the drop to increase its power. Oh shit, we bubblegumming. Find force of downward momentum. Right. Taiga, vision. Find force of the downward momentum and Nep's swift strike. Taiga winced, but before Nep could retract their hand, Taiga countered with a hook over Nep's arm, drilling Nep into the cheek. Nep's face began to swell, but she managed to pull Taiga down for a moment, roll to get on top. Rather than holding them out, Nep got to their feet and once again created distance. Got some blood onto the deck before assuming a fighting stance once more. Taiga slowly rose to their feet, their nose twitched, light in their eyes had dulled. All I wanted was to have fun adventuring with friends, finding artifacts, seeing new places, maybe get... Actually, artifacts is friend, that's why I did that. Artifacts. See new places, and maybe get a monster pet or two. I hate me so much. Taiga hung her head, her ear on flat. Nep loosened their stance, dropped their hands to their side. I don't hate you. Just... What the? Get bored? Need someone to be your punching bag? What is it? Taiga yelled. I like you. Upside. Huh? They loved the thrill of the adventure, and even though they could barely use magic, they held their own, always charging in head first without care in the world. Nep's voice began to crack. You know what? We're all stupid enough to believe that they could have defeated anything. Confidence and carelessness led to their death. None of us were able to prevent it, especially me. Nep began to cry, but wiped away their tears with her sleeve. I didn't know. But no, I'm not. I'm right. I got asked. Fault me for trying to protect myself. But if you die, I'll get. Huh? Fault me for trying to protect myself. But if you die and we all get super close again. What if? Close. Go. Sure. Can't deal with that pain again. Well, that's a problem. I guess a problem. Well, I can't promise that I'm not gonna die, but I also want us to be friends and enjoy our adventures together. Taiga stated. Nep's face was struck with awe. Being for real right now? Yeah, so how about you let me worry about keeping myself alive and you worry about trying to have fun? Taiga smiled at her brilliant plan. Believable. Nep whispered as she hid their smile while hanging her head. Sorry for calling you dead weight, chuckled. As you should be. Taiga offered Nep a drink he had. Sorry for that. Taiga pointed to Nep. Oh, this? It's fine. To be completely honest, I kinda expected this might happen. How so? Taiga wondered. Well, you see, I didn't use magic, like, at all, Nep stated. Oh yeah, Taiga blushed. Both probably about the same speed, but my physical strength could never compare to yours, at least not without the help of magic. Nep explained as she pressed the cool drink to her. Taiga shrugged. I didn't know you better. I think you were going easy on me. I didn't know you were really just convinced you could beat me. That's not it. Nep rested her arm for a moment. If I'd used magic to enhance my body, it would have been more of a fair fight. I'm well aware of the difference in raw strength between races. Being said, I'm more than capable of overcoming that with my abilities. Why didn't you? Taiga asked. I don't know. I like it, I guess. All I know is that letting you rough me up a bit made me feel a little bit better about everything. Careless. Nep smiled and went to stand up, but her smile quickly turned to panic as she Taiga. Taiga was caught off guard and pushed to the ground by Nep's body slam. Doing, Taiga shouted, swiftly answered by the sound of a trident crashing into her back. The two of them wore serious expressions as they nodded at each other and quickly bolted off in separate directions Arms and back. They nodded at each other and quickly bolted off towards their armor. Better. Taiga quickly noticed 4 merfolk standing above Aurelia's jewel, scouted him. With a handful more heading toward the doors. Emp signaled to Taiga to take care of the ones trying to breach the. Taiga's pace quickened as she lowered her body to grab the big look of her arm. She secured on her shoulder before snagging her broad feather barrier. Body seemed to be moving at an odd angle. Pace or traction. Aha. Boots are crazy nice. Taiga weaved in and out of oncoming barrage of bullet waterman. Her speed never ceased as she closed the gap. Or closer. Out of my way. One of the merfolk charged mana into its arm, flexing it, causing it to quite large. One of the merfolk charged mana into it. Quick flex. Caused it. Quick flex caused it to grow twice as long. For swinging giant. Then swung. I got better. The reflection of its worn blade bounced from crossing over to the outside of their striking arm. Taiga quickly ran her blade. Taiga slid her blade through the beast's gut. Blood spilled gratuitously onto the deck as she rolled around, lopping another off before changing the momentum with a thrust through the third merfolk's chest. That is a sentence. Okay. Blood spilled gratuitously onto the deck as she whirled around, lopping another head off. Sharp change momentum with a thrust. Then sharp change with thrust. And thrust. Hot feather. Good. Better. With swift heel kick, she pounced off the now dead Murph, thrusting forward towards the earth. It managed to barely raise its trident, causing broad feathers. Oh no, Taiga said as she began to move that. The merfolk began to smile. Its mouth leaked some parasitic worms into the depths of the like, Taiga giggled. Taiga's shield had been in her offhand, cracked into it caused its entire jaw to rip from its head, left writhing in pain on the deck while Taiga went to deal with allies. Back where Nept and Taiga had been fighting, Nept found himself surrounded by a dozen or so merfolk. He had quickly used Ouroboros to dispatch of the first set. More came from beyond. More came from beyond the gunwale. Make tuna fish out of your friends. Are you sure that fighting me like this is a good idea? Nept goaded the merfolk. Synchronized attack, the merfolk utilized their tridents and the water bullets to spell Nept. For 6 seconds, stood in the center of them, slipping their attacks, routing them. Didn't seem to be able to make a move offensively. Suddenly her eyes lit up. Wrapped one head of Ouroboros around the bottom of her foot and allowed it to spin around her heel while dodging faster. She thought as she grabbed a trident. At the other head of Ouroboros wrap itself around the hilt. Another trident narrowly missed next as she flipped onto the ground, darting over. The trident that Nept had latched Ouroboros onto whipped itself from the ground and spun around. It rapidly diced Nept's foes as it circled around. It circled over. From the ground. Trident that Nept had latched Ouroboros onto ripped itself from the ground into the air. Sure. Okay. Rapidly diced Nep's foes as it circled around. Fine. One merfolk tried to run away, but the trident caught it from behind, severing its Achilles tendon. It threw itself to the deck, screeching in misery. Nep slowly approached it. Its screams ricocheted through the salty air. Soft wind. Nep towered above it. Why are you lot attacking the ship? Nep questioned the sea. Merfolk quivered, rhythmically created noises with teeth. Nep sighed. Yeah, I don't know what you're saying. I do. Tiger came up from behind Nep. With a few percussion clicks of her own, Tiger addressed the merfolk. The two exchanged dialogue for a few moments before Taiga calmly ran their blade through its neck with a deadpan expression. Huh? Why'd you do that? Needed information from it. Taiga put away their sword. Yeah, I don't think it was going to be of much use. Oh sure, Nept asked. It kept repeating itself. With the third apostles. That's supposed to be. Taiga turned their attention to the double doors she had protected earlier. Ollie, Tara, and Dullahan emerged from it. Stepping over the bodies by the door, eyed the pair suspiciously, while Tara inspected the bodies. That's not a sight you see every day. Dullahan muttered. Who do you make this mess all by yourself? Those. Captain Taiga nodded in sync. Dullahan shifted his glasses. I had a bad feeling about this. Our folk haven't attacked us in decades. Why start now? Seemed to speak common either, which is strange, I pointed out. Do you know anything about the 13 apostles? Taiga inquired. Ollie shook her head. Nope. Either. Job cleaning up you two, Tara said. Nay, I've heard naught of these 13 apostles. Regardless, BV4 clean up. To clean up and BV4 to clean up. Dullahan surveyed the deck one more time before heading back inside. Now these gone. Ollie sighed. Everything's sorted between yourselves now? Tiger's ears perked up. How did she? Yeah, we took care of it, Nep grinned. Tiger, to answer your question, a leader's job isn't all about strength. Must be in tune with the thoughts and feelings of my party. If tensions continue to build, it resulted in a fatality. My fears were unfounded. Ollie's warm smile embraced the pair like a loving hug. If I'm being honest, Tara cut in. I assumed all the noise was the Nussies coming out to play. Be perfectly content with them never approaching a ship again. Party took time to inspect the merfolk's belongings before stacking them in a pile. Ollie held out her hand and channeled her mana briefly before After a few minutes, the remains were nowhere to be found, not even a spit of ash. Thought. Increase your flame's temperature, Tara wondered. Yes, I'm getting stages, so I don't have full control of it. Well, soon. Ollie's face bore a determined expression as she cast her gaze out into the expanse of the ocean. I was thinking, Taiga blurted out. Oh, that's new. Nep smirked. Very funny. Boat a little too large for us to fight effectively on. Holly nodded. Yeah, I'd been thinking that myself. 4 of us, we could realistically cover every side of the boat. Then if a Nessie were to show, we'd call for help and fight where it's located. There's no way it's just gonna stick around. It's gonna take advantage of its domain, Tiger reasoned. Right. That's where I come in. Fair side. Jump pads again. Holly leaned in. Nessie may have dominion over the water, but we'll have the skies on our side. Sense to me, crossed her. How long do you think you can hold them before drying up? Her scratched her chin. I have to cover the whole boat and its exterior? 15. At best. You guys could stay grouped together in a quadrant. I could probably keep it up for a few hours. Real hard, so just leave it to me. Good to hear. Gaze seemed distant. However, this time we're going to take a more conservative approach to start. How so? Tiger raised a brow. Assuming it's a 1-on-4 fight, this is what we'll do. Holly began explaining her plan to the group. Everyone listened intently. Her words were laced with calm. Up to Tyga and Tara remained silent. Holly began to excitedly draw out her intentions in a notebook. After Holly's orders were finished, Tara was the first to speak. Incredible. Very thorough. Yeah, I have no issues with this, Tyga smiled. Up stood up. Well, all that's left is to wait. Might as well enjoy the ship and rest up while we can. Each party member set an alarm on their phone based on how Holly had directed them. Holly was the first to patrol the deck, while everyone else tried to spend their free time how they saw fit. Tyga and Nept meandered to a fancy-looking restaurant on the 3rd floor, led by a hostess. Tara went straight to their room and began meditating in the dark. Each member, Decima, found themselves comfortably awaiting their battle. Titans of glass above the. We have ultimate muscle for GameCube in the bottom left. Yeah. Down for that. Helps if I type the right thing though. You know? Maybe one day I'll get to play that. I can. That I never got to play. Oh, okay, well, I guess we're done with this chapter. Somehow we managed to finish the chapter before the end of stream. Thought I'd have more to do. Wasn't really a lot to change. Mostly just think about the one thing. They should make another, but you wound up with a what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come back to chapter 9. We're just gonna go edit chapter 10 because it's part of grouping. It'll just make my life easier. I'm already thinking about it and we're already in the process of editing the group. Let's just do this. Chapter 10, Naughty Nesties. Midday sun down onto the bows of the. Nep wiped their brow as she paced the deck's perimeter, powering the ocean. So hot. Or what? Nep checked her phone. Man. Quickly snapped her head upwards when a monstrous shadow moved into her peripheral. The waves were uncharacteristically large. Lose track of the shadow. Characteristically as Oops. Lost. Got it. Flushed. On Sunday go? Let's just say it was alright. Alright. It's better now. How about y'all's? Today was particularly trying. Even though I didn't really do much. But I'm okay. Ooh, split fiction is now done. There's a certain drop in Warframe. May your rolls be favorable. May your rolls be really favorable. Be safe, I'll call it in. I raised her phone to her left ear and continued searching the deck. Ollie picked up on the second ring. Good, she asked. Probably nothing, but I saw. Perhaps the voice was cut off by the sudden meeting. That's cute. I like what I tried doing there. App's voice was cut off by the sudden meeting of their chest in the guardrail. Sudden meeting of brows, her big old fucking titties in the guardrail. Boom. Her phone flew overboard and into the water below. The entire ship had been upwards, causing Nap sudden. Right. Ow. Nap quickly adapted, finding their footing once. Out of that. Gross. Nap's trusty chain materialized from the pocket portal a higher onto. What's it? Cute. Onto the ship. Just as she popped over the top, she managed to catch it. That's my mic. Popped over the top, she managed to catch a glimpse of the massive. I don't understand. That's just its neck? Emp's eyes widened in relief as she. The creature's head was the size of a two-story building, and blood-stained teeth were large enough to pierce any. Scales of the beast seemed to glisten in the sun. Each scale was easily the size of a taller Viara. The glass ocean's color seemed to complement. What the hell are we supposed to do against that? This is way bigger than any reported Nessie's supposed to be. Emp's mind raced, her body moved on itself. Plan, just focus on the plan. Sending Ouroboros out, and Emp quickly swung around the ship until Ollie, Tiger, and Tara quickly caught up to me. All four of them stood for a moment, basking in stupor. The plan remains. Holly's voice brought the team back to reality. You two, get going. Tara, set me up. Right. Shouted. Saga and Nep dashed in opposite directions, heading for their designated points on the ship. Tara quickly summoned a perfectly rectangular bounce pad made of Holly. Holly leapt up onto the pad, kicking it with both feet. Caused her to launch toward her. Holly called out, grabbing her battering hand. Holly swung her body forward to begin somersaulting. Pulled the lever on her breaker, causing the exhaust to roar with it. Racing towards the Nessie, Holly began spinning multiple times. Each rotation gained even more. Gritting her teeth, Holly held on with all. Finally noticed Holly. By the time it did, it was already too late. Holly's hammer landed squarely on the Titan's maw. Thunderous crack echoed and vibrated the party's chest. Blown back, the Nessie crashed into the Massive weight. Large air bubbles form, presumably due to. Kara set up a web of bounce pads to bounce Holly around down to the level. By the time that Nolly, gee, fuck, dude. By the time that Holly had met back to the ship deck, countless barrels wrapped in connecting scattered across the street. You okay? Kara asked Holly. I'm fine. I feel much better if that keeps. But though, Holly's chest heaved. I underestimated how much we've grown. What do you mean by that? Kara offered Holly a water bottle. Thanks. Holly chugged it down before continuing. I expected to need 2 to 3 pads to reach Nessie, but your upgrades of mine, I wound up overdoing it. Holly's hands were shaking uncontrollably, doubled in size. Kara's face went pale. Oh no, hold on, let me call the others. No time. Can't close my fingers with my hands shattered like this, and the beast could come back at any moment. Quickly, wrap my hands around my hammer. Holly instructed. But I do it. Holly's eyes burned with determination. Kara nodded and produced a set of wraps, sticky solution, and some magical chain. Listen, I can keep your hands tied to it, you'll be able to pull the trigger. I'm gonna freeze them in place as well to provide extra support so you don't wind up losing fire, okay? Holly nodded and winced as began wrapping firmly into layers of the adhesive and chains were used to bind Holly's wrist to the shaft. Yeah, we binding wrists to shafts now. Oh yeah, it does. My magic isn't the strongest, so I know. No fire, you just place it. I don't know how you're even still loose. Damage should be enough to drive anyone mad. Kara finished freezing her patchwork in place. All set. Nothing stupid now. Here's my fear. Ship shook for a moment before 4 more Nessies popped up from below. One was a fraction of the one that came before them. On their heads hung the web of barrels that had been set free. Of course the trap worked. Kara clenched their jaw. We can't use your fire. I got this. What's called Sarah. Our mind, said calmly. Snap thrusted her arm to her side, depositing Ouroboros, newly pulling out a different ball. He produced a silver chromium rifle with various sigils etched onto the body. Its slender barrel pointed towards one of the explosives eventually located among Carmine's spark. Trump's voice echoed as she pulled the trigger. A single bolt of purple lightning screamed from the muzzle of her rifle. It pierced through the targeted barrel with ease, causing it to followed was a chain of explosions among the barrels that were tied strategically. Chunks blew off the Nessies, sending their body. Chunks blew off the Nessies. The hobbits pouring into the. 2 of the Nessies fell into. Fell. Bloody goblet. Okay. Chunks blew off the Nessie, sending the bloody goblet so 2 of the Nessies fell into the ocean. One of the 2 remaining beasts lifted its tail into the dropped it towards the deck of the vessel. Holly responded first, quickly swinging her hammer in its direction. Successfully parrying the Nessie strike did, however, drop Holly to her knee as her scream pierced. Tears dripped from her face and her whole body trembled. Kara positioned herself between Holly and the Nessie, but before she could do anything, Tyga flew from below. Tyga flew from below, plunging her broad feathers straight into the massive neck. While it writhed in pain, Tara swiftly set up a handful of bounce pads for Tyga to utilize. Began bouncing to a higher vantage point, Carmine in hand. Kara noted Nep's movements, but remembering Holly's words, she stayed focused. I totally just zoned out, my bad. I don't know what happened there. I was like, I know what happened, but I was like picturing a fight scene for a second and trying to make sense of it. Might be trying to make sure I didn't fuck anything up. That was really weird. I just went into straight up just went into photo video mode with no warning. It usually doesn't happen. Usually I'm like lucid and can go into that. This time I just kind of sunk straight into it. Rip. My bad. I'm assuming it was only a couple of seconds though. I don't think I dipped for more than that. Like us to focus on fighting the waves if it can. It might turn into a battle of attrition. If it does, we need to do our best to. So, Kara will focus on supporting one of us at a time. Whoever isn't over the water in the next phase will have to. Also want to prepare a few traps to even out of explosive barrels that can be triggered by fire. Search for Nep to pepper it with Carmine, and finally if things get really dire. Nep's Carmine cracked as it shot another bolt towards the one-eyed Nessie. Man should dodge narrowly by lowering its head. Way down, Tyga bounced from below off of the jump pad. For the beast's gullet, Tyga's broad feather once. Softer underside of the Nessie's upper neck shredded even. Then again. Yes, Tyga said. The other Nessie sent a blast of pressurized water. Very quick reflex issue. Able to use broad feather. Able to use. Up. Her path. Begin moving out. Fortunately, she noticed too late. She wasn't caught in the attack. The weapon was moved from sheer force of the water. Unable to fully. Unable to. other thing. Oh, boot. Ball. Sarah tried catching her with a jump pad, but the quickness. He was intercepting her fall with its jaw wide open. Tiger's eyes widened. Blah, 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 blah. Come on, take it. That's nice. Okay. All she could see was the blood painted it's related to. Mind flashed her hometown. Gum melon field. Play with the light. Yeah. Growls. Gum melon fields where she could play. Loved. A lot more stuff. Cool. Find. Tiger closed her eyes, accepting her fate. Suddenly, grabbed her from the. Get over here. Ripped her into the bag. Time she opened her eyes, the sky revealed nothing but darkness. It appeared to be a nebula. Treasures were scattered around. Good ankle deep. Her feet didn't get substance. Child of the father's name. Who are you? Where are you? Tiger shot. My apologies. Instructed to wait, but off now. The voice responded. Tiger's hair stood up as the sky exposed so to be an unimaginable. Tiger's palms sweat. She fell. The size of a wheel. And it bite. My apologies for scaring you, Tiger, child of Lynn. Call me Zenny. Prosperity. Zenny blinked slowly. World of altered space. Tiger was raised to her feet by someone. Turned around slowly to find a beat pressed to the nines and some butler attire. Her face was a warping mess that resembled a top herald's head rested atop hat. The cane tucked under. When I spoke once more, call us by our names or the name of her duty, difference to myself or my husband. Tiger looked frantically. Harold released Tiger. And be me. Her martial status. The child must be wondering what this place is. Sonny chimed in. What are you doing here? Harold's empty face gave off an impression of a. Yes, to both of those things. Tiger's body began. Leons, we'd like to make you a deal. Be one of the few individuals in all of existence to have a pact with me. Voice sent a shiver down Tiger's spine. Grant you countless treasures, anything you could ever want, and things you could never dream of, Sunny bird. Harold waved his arm as present environment. Opens the door and access your time. Thank you. That is audible. Apologize, child, then he said. I didn't hear you. Tyga took a deep breath and spoke clearly. Thank you. Oh, interesting. I haven't even heard what we want in return. Harold returned. I'm all set, Tyga declared. But if we sweeten the deal, bundled. No means no, just drop it. Why is everyone trying to give me stuff? I want to adventure with my friends, see cool beasts, and collect shiny stuff. Leave me alone. Okay, Harold tapped his cane. Tyga fell through this suspicious liquid and popped back out of the bag in front of the jaws that Wander's soon-to-be killer. Oh. Whoops. Kidding. Harold pulled her back into his domain. Well, that would have been a very silly way to meet your end. I'm afraid we simply cannot let you die. Here. Harold admitted. As long as within reason, I don't see why we couldn't assist the child. Then he sounded angry. Tyga was unable to catch her breath as Harold continued his rambling. You are a descendant of an old friend who also refused her deal. Give you credit where it's due, your bloodline is quite the interesting. Even if you will not accept her power. God, how about one singular gift from an auntie? Tyga shook her head in defiance. Only until you reach Lanterre. So desire, part your ways with us. Tyga remained silent. Apple and the tree and all that, Harold. They aren't giving you a choice, little raider. Use this gift well. Find the stroke of luck you're looking for. Harold placed the tip of his cane on Tyga's big small bag, warped back to her. Once again, she was faced with certain doom. The Nessie began closing its mouth on her. Without knowing why her mouth uttered words she'd never heard before, without knowing why her mouth uttered words she'd never heard before. Gopher's finger, if you'd call so soon. A familiar voice rang through her mind. Sounded like a mix between Benny's and Harold's, but had its own twang to it. An arm made from the same nebulous sky and water-like substance reached for her back, grabbing onto a fang before whipping her out of the Nessie's. Looked over her shoulder as she began to free fall. Missing something? The voice called out once more. Who are you? Aren't Harold or Zen? Tyga shouted over the wind. Forgotten about your dearest buddy, old pal. The voice seemed to stabilize and to entirely stabilize. Tyga's eyes teared up as the arm delivered her broad feather, her sword arm. Alum. They said happily. Anna? Tyga called out. Good luck. The hand waved before disappearing, leaving Tyga alone. Anna, wait. Not the time for that. She quickly recovered, flipping herself over to face them. The uninjured one already began swinging its tail at her, ever ready to barrier to dampen. But before it connected, thunder cracked through the shadow. With a flash of purple lightning, the beast's entire upper body evaporated. What the? Tyga turned her attention to Aurelia's school, spotted and napped up on the hastily crafted built earlier. Right side of the gun had popped out a chamber where Netta stuck their right hand. The veins on the right side of her body gave off a purple glow. She exhaled. Sparkling mist fell from her. Nap's eyes suddenly developed dark pockets underneath them, and her body wobbled with fear. Harry quickly adjusted her jump pad setup to allow for Tyga to quickly navigate around the remaining Nessie, let out an hand thrashing, but Terra's ability paired with Net's natural battle set flexes love. Every pass, Tyga managed to wound quickly. Within a minute, its movement slowed to a crawl. Ragged breathing and battered body tipped the team off to finish things. Bad for it. Tyga frowned as she ran her blade through the Nessie with a fine, proud beast. Wrong foot. Leaping from jump pad to jump pad, Tyga made her way back to the ship's deck as the Nessie crashed into the ocean. Mana looking, Tyga asked Tara. Tara grinned. Got plenty left in the tank, which is good for at least a few more rounds. I guess if... What's wrong? Holly piped up. Like aside, got a feeling this isn't over yet. Not the only one then. Holly's eyes shifted nervously. If I'm being honest, we did well, but that mammoth of a Nessie was completely unexpected. I think we could call it an alpha. Dropped down. To be honest, we might be in trouble. Have to agree, Holly nodded. Can't use my hammer anymore. It'd be risky to use Lilith's powers here. Wait, who's Lilith? Like I asked. Alright, I never told you. My ability to control fire is more or less from a hellcat named Lilith. That's a story for another time. How are you holding up? Holly asked. Put everything into that nullifier shot. Probably still use Ouroboros, but flying around the sky, that's for... Up's voice cracked as though she hadn't drank water and Holly turned to Taiga. You? You still maintain that speed? Almost died out there. They sounded like a parent scolding a child. Yeah, I'm ready. Taiga's eyes showed her passion, but her chest heaved, took shallow breaths. Right. Holly took a deep breath before addressing the team decimal. But basically, this is the part where I hand out a reality check. Only one of us even near peak conditions, Tara. The body needs at least 2 hours to fully regenerate. Can't even use the full potential of fire magic. Rapt is down for the count for the rest of this, or at least until we make landfall. Taiga, while still mentally sound, isn't even aware that her body's nearing its limit. If it attacked again, we're gonna have to use that. The group fell silent, but the expressions on their faces said everything Holly needed to. Great. I stopped then. I'll keep lookout for the remainder of the trip. We will sleep right here. A roar from a Nessie shook the entire ship, causing the team to snap back to their senses before they were comfortable. You've got to be kidding me. I groaned as she fought her way back to her feet. The shadow of the Titan Nessie darkened the Aurelia's jewel, mouth presenting its gargantuan, proudly devoured countless. The vast majority of the bladed bones were cracked, broken in various places. Turned to eye Holly, hissing through its nostril. Wishes to challenge you, Taiga said absent-mindedly. Oh, is that so? Holly cracked over eye group. Holly stood proudly, facing down the beast, stared into each other's eyes for several minutes. Satisfied, the Nessie resubmerged into the ocean. However, in place, several merfolk emerged. Chat, I'm not real. However, in its place, several merfolk emerged a distance away from them. They quickly built what appeared to be The team hurriedly tended to their wounds and tried to eat a little bit while they waited. After another 20 minutes, the arena was fully finished. The Titanic Nessie reappeared on the outside of the arena, causing it to sway again. I think it wants you to go over there, Taiga said. Holly shrugged. Alrighty, Tara, if you'd be so kind. What? No, you can't be serious, Tara objected. Actually, I'm very serious. Keeps the ship safe for now. Gives you 3 some time to recover. But you're pointed out. Even if we didn't care about you, there's no way you'll last long in that condition. So, you're gonna have to trust me on worst case. That. Holly smiled at Nept. Fine. Their objection? Put it like that, how could we ever refuse? Tara whined. Sighing, she created a bridge of jump pads across the... This is the song that always fucking gets me. Playlist. Every damn time. Can't stand this one. But a different... Every time. Let's see. Holly raced across them to reach the structure. She looked up at the Nessie as she landed. Her eyes were sizing up the beast. Her hands were free of the wraps in her hand. To her surprise, the Nessie morphed into a smaller being. Onto the platform was a naked woman with furry knife-like ears and a perfect tail. Both had beautiful orange fur with white tip. Fangs covered her eyebrows, but allowed her mystical red eyes to see freely. Oh, pardon me, Demi-Elf's voice was soft and sweet. She took a breath and hair grew from her bare skin, covering her entire body. After a moment, transformed into a rather modest Mika robe. Her eyes cast their gaze beyond Holly into the Aurelia's jewel. Your friends will be joining us? He asked. He stared a hole into the woman. Wasn't aware they were invited. Strange one, aren't you? She giggled softly. My name's Amelia, Wyvernheart. Pleasure to meet an adventurer such as you. Dawkins, was Carol, Holly declared. Be more inclined to share the sentiment if you hadn't attacked the ship. Come now. Amelia's a set of fangs, of which one ship in a valley of thousands. Morality of attacking passenger ships aside, I take it you're of ennobled kin then? Holly inquired. Oh my, straight to the point, are we? Amelia took a step towards Holly, causing her to look up. I'm nothing of the sort. Consider me an enigma that simply desires to understand the Nessie's plight. I am like you, very much one who walks the earth as a demi-being. Huh? Holly gasped. Amelia sighed. Tired of this chapter of my life. But a little bet to spice things up. You have in mind? Simple, really. I wager that in the next 10 minutes, your gang of evildoers will come to your aid in an attempt to outnumber me. Amelia pointed at the boat. Evildoers? So what are you waffling about? Holly bore an incredulous expression. Amelia waved her hand in the air. Pointless. If I win, I kill all 4 of you and sink the rotten ship. Wrong, Holly gritted her teeth. You can do whatever you please with me. I know your type. I'm never wrong. Oh, and if you die before entertaining me for 10 minutes, the bet's null and void. I can agree to you killing me, but not them. Holly stated simply. Fine. Accept. They attack me. Holly and Amelia bit into their thumbs and poured mana into their... Drops of blood formed a trail to the others. The drops of blood formed a trail to the... causing a spiral between. After the mass of blood popped, Amelia rushed Holly. His fingernails were like daggers as she wiped and stabbed Holly's vitals. Holly synced with Lilith, causing her aura to... Oh my goodness. Cat ears spawned on her head. They too were in flame. With Holly's neck of flame in play, she was able to deftly pipes. Last knife strike of him was short of Holly's throat. Holly leaned way back to it. Okay, but you were stronger, Amelia frowned. Her entire striking arm exploded into Karn Viper's head, bending forward and grabbed Holly by the neck. Wild speak. Holly automatically pumped a short burst of mana into her aura, causing a small burst of flame. Amelia let go, bouncing back a few, turning her hand back to normal. I understand it now. Fire's different. It is abnormal for a flame to wound me so. Amelia shook her burnt hand. Wild speaker, if you weren't an ennobled Nessie, why didn't you say so? Holly wiped the sweat from her brow. I assumed I was an ennobled. And now you assume I'm a wild speaker. Is that wise? Amelia grinned with glee as she rushed down Holly's. In between ferocious exchanges of different animalistic and based attacks, claim that what? Between ferocious exchanges of different animalistic based attacks and that back and forth. Okay, alright. The hell are you? Holly slipped a poison tip in that. Amelia swept at Holly's legs out of cracking like tentacles. Matter the origin of one's birth? Simple demi-out. Nothing more, nothing. No one in their right mind would accept that as an act. Holly focused two rotating fire in her hand. A curtain of smoke and ember covered the arena, leaving. Holly closed her eyes and focused on her gait, casting out her aura 1 meter around her in every direction. There. Holly felt Amelia breach her meter perimeter, quickly turned to deliver a nasty spinning kick in a section. Amelia quickly dropped her elbow to guard the blow. To her surprise, she was only able to mitigate some of the damage. Forearm snapped cleanly in two, got towards the edge of the makeshift arena. Oh, you know how to employ the mana domain technique. Aren't half bad. Amelia pulled herself to her feet towards Holly once more. Damage of that one. How come she isn't reacting? Holly's eyes began to blur and her lungs burned. I don't know what that is, she did. Her voice was raspy. Managed to pull it off without even knowing about the technique. How wonderful. Oh, and congratulations. It's been 5 whole minutes. Holly felt her head get lighter as it drew closer. Why is she moving so slow? Holly fell to her knees and puked up everything prior. Heaving, forced her way back to her feet, but Amelia was already standing in front of her. Be proud. Decided your life is not worth cutting short. Messed up. Nailed a lot of that nasty stuff. Gave Holly a warm smile. Amelia threw a mean uppercut that landed squarely into Holly's softened gut. As it pushed its way under the bottom of a root bridge, Holly's vision turned white before going black. Shit. After flying a few meters through the air, Holly landed on her back unconscious. In the moment, Terra's scythe was hooked around Amelia. Nep's Ouroboros was wrapped around her entire body. Tyga's broad feather was pointed at her chest. See? I'm never wrong, Amelia smiled, but that smile quickly faded to a frown. Now we have a problem. Damn right we do, Nep yelled. Black, she'll be fine, but more importantly, I can't kill you three. No, I don't want to kill her. And Calamity to do about this. Amelia wondered for a moment. Huh, I know. Before any of them could react, Amelia turned her face into a sniper drake and held as hard as she could. Forced the wind from her elongated snout caused her to rocket into the sky, freeing her from the chains and avoiding the blades on her body. I'll see all of you soon, she called out. I won't attack any more ships until I do. Kara popped a field of jump pads and Taiga had already ascended with her broad feather. By the time Nep used the jump pads to reach Taiga in the sky, they had completely lost sight of Amelia. Back on the ground, they hurriedly collected Holly and ran to the ship's infirmary bay. Finally, with a moment of peace in the waiting room, the first one was, I'm sorry. What the fuck happened? Dance, Taiga complained. Nep groaned. Sure, when Holly wakes up, she could explain, right? All agreed to hold on to the questions until Holly rejoined. Meantime, Nep was forced into their own medical evaluation. The other two went to find the captain. Quick debrief with Captain Dullahan. The remaining two of the group returned sleeping and keeping a lookout. The remainder of the trip continued without any further incidents. Holly woke on the final day, just in time to reach the coast of the Leoforo region. Wait a minute, I will find you. Holly clenched her fist without a trace of pain. Team Decima had seemingly completed their mission, but were left with questions about that they had. Yeah, sure. Take it. Good chapter. I'm not gonna lie. Actually, at some point, I just started reading. I wasn't even looking for edit stuff anymore, so the editor is gonna love this chapter, I'm sure. Combat chapters are really, really hard. It's like high trauma chapters are really hard for me to stay focused on and not like get distracted, especially when I'm really tired. difficult. Don't do it intentionally. Wow, look at me, 2 chapters. Aurelia's Jewel and Naughty Nessie. Fight celebration. Finding the innocent. First adventure. The promise of a good fight left. Problem is, first adventure. A lot. This is probably gonna be the most reworked chapter. We're gonna kill Harmony. That's what I decided. Trust, it's worth it. God, I think I do for today. Yes. I mean, Harmony was, when I originally wrote the chapter, Harmony is a ennobled mimic that has sentience and could talk and all that fun stuff. It was supposed to die in that chapter originally. But I said, well, maybe we can make it work so it doesn't have to die and we can go deathless here. But no, it needs to fucking die. I need to go back to what I originally planned. And I also need to change the portrayal of Lucky Tigers fight. I need them to work a bit harder. Oh, fuck. Damn. Before that, though, we got side event celebration. I mean, the book's basically done. The real question is going to be A, how long is it going to take the editor to edit, and then B, when the fuck am I going to be able to do the book cover? I don't think I'm going to do a full ensemble book cover. I thought about doing it for the hardcover, but after looking at pricing and then just looking at like the overall look of the book cover, I don't think I'm going to do that. I think what I'm going to do is for the ensemble picture, I'll make like a poster playmat thing and just go that route. I think that's probably the better way to do it. Holy shit. Ugh. Yeah, I think I'm... It was good though. We got stuff done. It was relaxing for me. Boy. Boy, I'd be lying if I said I'm not. I think what I'll do is, well, it depends on the length of the chapter. What I think I'll do is I'll probably gonna start doing some writing after stream, regardless if I do late night lucky or not. Of editing and stuff. I'll have school. I think another thing I'm gonna do too is I'm gonna start I'm just gonna go back to doing late night lucky every day. It's nice to be able to play a game for 4 hours and make big progress, but if I'm being honest, I'd rather do late night lucky at the end of every stream, or give it like total streams more often than play game, at least for right now. Yeah, I think so. This stream format just does too much for me to only do like twice a week. Yeah, I think that's the plan. Oh, yeah. Who is live? Who's is live? Video is no longer live. Plus is live, but I'm pretty sure we just went there. One day we'll read that. New model day. Tell me they did it derp. That'd be really funny. Alright, Here we go. I hope y'all even press the right button. Big dog, please send help. And help. Oh, my shirt. I had a good time tonight. Hope you guys got to relax. Had a good time. I'm gonna go ahead and call it. And don't forget tomorrow doing a Monster Hunter collab with Cam, Connie, Lupo, and Monster Hunter. I have a set of mods now where it makes my twin tails and my braided twin tails longer, so it's pretty hype. Haven't really had a chance to use it just yet. I just got it set up. You know, it's crazy. I'm sitting here yawning like a crackhead. And the second I get off stream and I like start to do wrap up, I'm gonna wake the fuck up. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna stare at the ceiling for like 3. Anyhow, have a great rest of your night, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Yeah.